Hello, I'm Georgiana and today I'm going to show you how to create a blue butterfly made of resin, just like this one. Okay, so what you need for this project is first of all to be safe. I'm always wearing this vapor mask. I think it's the best one. And also gloves. But I'll not be using the gloves in the tutorial because I want you to see everything that I do. So regarding the materials, I also use UV deep resin. This is the resin that you can find on Amazon. It is a resin made by Crafteca. It's a UV deep resin and I think it's the best one for this kind of project. I also use tiny sticks, wooden tiny sticks, silver wire or non-tarnish wire. This is at 28 gauge. You can use it on black color or white color, it's fine. Pliers, I have a bunch of them. Also a UV lamp. I like this tiny one because it's very flexible. And of course, pigments. I'm using two types of pigments. This mica powder, black mica powder, and also alcohol ink in black and in blue. This is it. Let's begin our project. Step 1. Cut a 4-inch piece of wire. Make 2 of them. This will be the upper wings of the butterfly. That's why we need them to be symmetrical in length and also in shape. Now, spin the edge of the wires with your hands. You can correct the spinning with your flat nose pliers if is needed. Check if they have the same length. Just like me, take both shapes and model them with your fingers. Use the pliers to create some curved edges the way you like them. I'm trying to give a natural look to the wings, so I use my fingers to do that. Now, the first 2 sets of wings are done. Cut another piece of wire or 13 centimeters or 5 inches and make 2 of them. It is practically the same process as before. We spin the edges and correct the shapes if is needed. And we create the organic form with our fingers. What is different this time is the final shape of the wings. We are going to make the wings a little longer. I intentionally left a tail, if we can call it that. You can make this tail longer than mine. It would make an interesting butterfly in the end. Now that the shapes of the wings are done, we can go to the next step. We are going to add some details to the wings. The more details you add, the more real and complex your butterfly will look. Step 2. Measure some wire to create some veins. Cut at least 3 pieces of wire and a semicircular small one. You can add more details to make it look more detailed. Now, take the UV deep resin and open the bottle. Take near you the UV lamp because you will need it. Dip the edge of the first piece of wire and add it to the wing shape. It's important to have some resin on both the edge of the piece of wire and on the wing shape. Try to use your fingers to create a stable position. Now, cure the addition with your UV lamp just for a few seconds. It's like we are going to weld with resin the 2 pieces. Now, dip in resin the other piece of wire and make the same thing. Position it to look good. If you want to make sure that the welding will not break until you dip the whole piece into the resin bottle, you can add some more resin with a tiny stick. I use the stick also to wet with resin the edge of the wires. It gives more stability. I know it looks a little difficult, but take your time. You must know that I speeded forward this tutorial because I don't want to waste your time. But when you are doing this, take your time, don't rush. Creating these beautiful details will differentiate your projects from other ones. Details matter here and maybe is the most important part of the tutorial. Don't be disappointed if you will not make it from the first try. Try again and again until you are satisfied with your piece. Be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. Step 3. When you are happy with your wing, take the UV dip bottle and dip the wing into the can to create the film on it. I stopped the fast forward here because I want you to see that I'm doing this very gently. I will not rush. And I also want you to see that sometimes it doesn't work on the first try. But I dipped it as many times as it needed to. In some cases, the resin will not stick if you are handling the piece too slowly. Try working with gravity and moving the piece in a way to create a balance of resin quantity on each side of the piece. Use the edge of the can to slip the extra resin that is on the wing. Take a tiny stick to eliminate the bubbles if necessary. If the resin from the can is not agitated, sometimes you don't need to do that. As I said, I dip the piece as many times as is needed. That is not a problem. The important thing is to make it look good. Now, cure the wing with a UV lamp for a minute. Make sure that it is well dried. Step 4. Let's color the wing. On a plastic surface, I took some resin with a stick and placed it in 2 spots. I rolled the stick to get as much resin as I need on the surface. On one part, I will add some black resin pigment, just a few drops. I also used some black mica powder to make it look a little sparkly. Now I am mixing the composition very well. I'm going to do the same thing with the blue pigment. If you want a brighter color, you can add some white pigment. You can also color your butterfly with other colors of your choice or add more colors. Now take the wing and the stick and add some black resin to the edges. You should do this carefully. Imagine how the butterfly will look at the end. Keep that in mind while you color with the black resin. Cure the black resin on the wing. What I like about this UV resin is that the curing is perfect. No sticky parts will be left after using the UV light. Furthermore, take some blue resin and add it to the wing. This one is easy. Make sure you cover all the transparent places. Cure it with your UV lamp for a minute. Do the same process with the other wings of the butterfly. Step 5. Let's make the body of the butterfly. Take some wire and cut it. It's no longer than 1 inch. Twist the shape at the end and try to create the body of the butterfly with your fingers and with your pliers, but not too skinny or too fat. Dip the wire shape into the UV dip resin can and cure it for a minute. After it's done, take some black resin with the stick and place it on the shape.
Add as much color as you like and cure it very well. Here you can use another color if black is not suitable for you. Now, let's cut some more wire to create the antennas. Cut 2 small pieces as long as you would like. Take one piece and add some black resin, then cure. Do this at least 3 or 4 times. Do the same for the other antenna. I did rush a little at this step, and I paid for it. I didn't cure perfectly and I needed to add another layer of resin, as you can see. So the secret is to not rush. When the antennas are well dried, take the body in and cut the extra wires. You can add a drop of resin and put the body on a plastic surface. Now, place the antennas as you would like to see them on the butterfly. Cure them for another minute. When you are confident that the body is well dried, go to the next step. Step 6. Place the body on the plastic surface. Take the wings and cut the extra wires. Now, make a simulation of how would you like to weld the wings with the resin. Take some resin with a stick and place it at the top of the body. We cured the first pair of wings at the same time. Make sure that they are even. After that, add some more resin to the bottom of the body and do the same. Cure the wings for a minute. Because this is the final step, you can cure the body for another minute just to be sure that everything is well dried. Now, a new butterfly has been born.
Okay guys, this was it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial and I hope you understood how I made all these tricks with the colors. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you have questions, please comment them below. Thank you and see you next time.